Hello, friends, and welcome back to this week's Competitive Modern League. This is round 2 with Jeskai Azcanta Control. If you're just joining me, check the video description for a link to the league playlist so you can watch round 1, in which I do a deck tech if that's something that you want to hear about. I have one quick note before I get started, and that's my public Facebook page. Last week I mentioned sending me deck lists for review, sending me questions, because I wanted some material to be able to review on what I might be calling my Saturday stuff videos. Just a video where I don't have to play, I don't have to do a vlog, I can just do whatever I want. And kind of just interact back with you guys a little bit more. So my public Facebook page is the best place to do that. If you send me a regular Facebook message, sometimes they get lost in a black hole because unless we're Facebook friends, I get like a message where it's like so-and-so is trying to connect with you. And if I don't see them, it seems like it goes away eventually, and then it just disappears into this black hole. And it wasn't long ago where I got access to this black hole and found so many messages from people that I had never received. So also, if you add me on my personal Facebook page, I just want you guys to know, because quite a few of you have, I reserve my private Facebook for just close friends and family. Just because, it's like I already do a bunch of public stuff, and I like having like my little private space where, I might not want to, everything I post, I might not necessarily like want out there for the public, so to speak. So please don't take offense if I don't add you on, or if I don't accept your normal Facebook request. But if you like my public page, you can totally message me directly on that, and I get them on my phone. So add me there, and you can still get a direct line to me. And that's all I have to say about that. Let's play some Jeskai Azcanta Control. Alright, we got a game up. We will play first. Yeah, I'll keep this. We got interaction. We have a cantrip to help us hit our land drops. We hit a land drop, then we have a nice electrolyze where you've got a Nahiri. If we get a third land, we have a way to snap back that bolt. Looks good to me. I want to start getting our blue sources, so if we end up having to turn one, kill a creature, I'm going to play the Scalding Tarn, because there's a chance, like if I have to fetch, shock, get blue-red, bolt something, then depending upon what we draw, I can use the Flooded Strand later to get like a basic white if I need it. Darkslick Shores and Inquisition of Kozilek. It's kind of making me think a little bit that is Death Shadow. Actually, it's probably not Death Shadow. Why would they play this when they could play something that hurts them a lot? Alright, let's do that. And do we draw? What do we draw? Don't want to draw that now. So I think it's important to make sure that our colors are correct. And it's not like I want to go to 16. But me personally, I would definitely... Oh, is this Fairies? Is this about to be a Bitter Blossom? Okay. It's going to either take on... He's probably going to take on a Nahiri. He might take a Torrential Gearhulk, but we're so far from casting that, he'll probably just take this Nahiri. Especially if he has Bitter Blossom. This interacts favorably with the enchantment, so that might be something he's considering. So anyway, I think it's important to get our colors right, but I do definitely want to think twice. Since we don't know, we don't have another land. He took our thing twice? Oh, we're playing Lantern. Lovely. Okay. I didn't expect him. Okay, so now we got to be watch out for War of Invention, which is like their new thing. If I had known he was going to take that, I would have just played it. Maybe I should have played it anyway. Yeah, because now we're missing land drops. Okay, that was kind of... I don't know if it was a mistake. I just assumed he was more of a mid-range deck and he'd be looking to take not that. Alright, well, we have Cryptic Commands in our deck. Okay, there's a land. Is this Whir? Yeah, it is. He's going to get Lantern, and then we're kind of locked out. I don't really want that Logic Knot anymore anyway. Life total's not super relevant. We have these verdicts that we're not even going to probably cast. I don't even know if I care about. You know what's actually kind of cool with Secure the Wastes, if we ever can get it in our hand, is that at the end of his turn, we could bounce the bridge to his hand. We could bounce anything to his hand, and then if he ever, basically my point is, if he has any card in his hand, they can attack. So it's something to consider. I'm just going to get a Steam Vents. And then I'm going to think twice. He's probably going to mill this, is my guess, just because I really didn't want another... I will take that land, though. I mean, he's going to have to give us lands eventually, so it's like, I don't think he can control every land drop. But I do want to play a land this turn. That'll let us play Nahiri. Unfortunately, we have these Gear Hulks. But actually, I think these Gear Hulks, once we get to the requisite number of lands, I don't think they're going to be so terrible, because we can use them to, like, we can Cryptic something, flash that guy in. Well, 2 bridges is annoying. We'll have to beat 2 bridges somehow. I guess we can... Maybe, I think we might just be on the, like, I'm going to try to burn you out plan. Yes. Discard that. Yeah, so I think we're just going to try and, like, burn you, flashback Gear Hulks at this point. Burn you kind of plan. Too bad Gear Hulk doesn't let us flashback. I don't hate assembling these cryptic commands. They're certainly useful. So let's see. We might be able to... That will counter. Because I think we're more likely to burn him out than anything else. I guess he just felt like we were going to counter this and would eventually burn him out. I don't really expect him to concede. Maybe he just felt like he didn't have enough lock pieces. I'm not sure, but I mean, I'll take it. Okay, so don't have a... So against this deck, I certainly want Dispels. So let me explain. The Dispels are for the Whir of Inventions, which are like a big new thing for that deck. Engineered Explosives we want. I kind of think that Karanos... I don't know. I tried him in the past, and I talked to a friend in the past about Karanos, and he was like, yeah, I'll just control everything Karanos does. So I'm not 100% sure how good it is. We certainly want these Ceremonious Rejections. Those are great. And the Surgical Extraction I want, because what I really like to be able to do is, if he ever like mills over a Ensnaring Bridge and we surgical it, he just can't win the game, because we'll eventually get something on the board and apply pressure. The cards that are obviously really bad are things like Mana Leaks. Path to Exiles are terrible. Let's bring these in. I don't mind the Gear Hulks. We can tutor them up. These verdicts are just gross. And actually, I almost forgot, but we definitely want the Wear Tear. So that's probably pretty good. We have counters. We have a lot of great counters against them. If we can land an early Azcanta, I think that'll be good too, because we'll basically, if we can flip this, then no matter what however he mills us, we just get to, once the ability resolves, we get to look at the top 4 and take whatever we want. So that's fantastic. I still like Secure the Waste because we can kind of do a surprise, like end of turn, play a bunch of dudes, bounce something to your hand with Cryptic Command, and attack you. I think all of this looks pretty good. We could consider a Soulfire Grandmaster over a Disdainful Stroke over a Lightning Helix, only because if he's cast Whir of Invention for even 1, it's 1, 2, 3, and then the X cost, this should be able to counter it. So I think we want to bring that in as well. And I'm not sure about the Chronos. I mean, it interacts with our draws, so it's got to be better than something like maybe another Helix. Let's try that. Let's give it a shot. Let's see if we cast it. We'll see what happens. I like casting Chronos if I get a chance. Yeah, still, I feel like it's still weird that our opponent conceded. Like, yeah, we were going to counter his Witchbane Orb, if that's what that was called. Ugh. Okay, I gotta throw this back. It won land. We got the rejection, which is great. I really like these on the. Let me see here. Hold on. I guess I'll. I don't know. This kind of feels like a big do nothing. I think I'll keep it. I mean, I'll put that on top. But there's a chance that I've noticed against Lands, sometimes you put something on top, they just they play a lock piece and mill it immediately. This version also doesn't play that will want to blow up. I don't think we'll get a chance to, but Academy Ruins is problematic. For sure. I was going to take our search. That's butthead. This might be a hard game to win, I think. I want that Logic Knot. I doubt I'll get a chance to draw it. He's got his early lock pieces here is good, and then just taking what was likely going to be a good card for us. And then I don't know that we have land destruction. I don't even think I'm going to shuffle that. Although we're not going to. He's going to get to control our draw step, unfortunately. I guess he didn't want the bridge. Okay, so he took a Codex Shredder. Wow, he's got a lot of lanterns. Alright. Let's just continue on our merry way for the moment. I mean, a Bolt's is kind of sort of a start. We have Bolt, Snap, Bolt. We will Glimmer of Genius here. I think we're just at this point kind of looking for the burn. That'll probably name Colonnades, my guess. Let's go ahead and Glimmer. So at this point, I don't think I want the Logic Knot. I think I want the search for Azcanta. Nahiri would probably be useful, I'm thinking. So let's go. Oh, we drew 2 of them. Let's go ahead and play one. Let's not pay 2 life. I'm going to sling this bolt at our opponent's face. I'll just let him take whatever he wants. If he takes the bolt, that's fine. We have a Snapcaster Mage. We have a Torrential Gearhulk. Just takes the other search. Alright, let's start going to work with some burn here. No, I won't. I will transform. And then, yeah, let's play Nahiri. We could exile his Mox. I don't think that it really matters. Return from graveyard. Yeah, let's play this Nahiri. He's got an Abrupt Decay, but thankfully Search is now a land. So I guess this is 4 color, not just blue-black. Let's plus. Do I even want to discard a card? No, I kind of think I want all of these. So this bolt's going at the face. So right now we have bolt, snap bolt, so that's 6, and Gearhulk bolt is 9. We do want to land for this Gearhulk. At the moment, he does not have a... He has his own search. Interesting. Alright, so let's bolt our opponent. I'd kind of like that Field of Ruin. But I'm not going to... Crap, I don't have a way to counter this Whir of Invention. Huh. I think what I'm going to have to do is... I did want that Field of Ruin. I wasn't sure if there was one in our deck, but... So he draws that Whir of Invention, and it's important for us to counter that because he's going to get Ensnaring Bridge, and if we can... Oh, he's only doing it for 1? So he's doing it for like another Shredder? Let me make sure. Does he have a way to interact with our creep? He doesn't at this point. It's in for another lock piece. I'll let him do that for 1 because the Gearhulk's going to flash in and he's going to take 5, 6, 7, 8 from the Gearhulk. What we can actually do as well is, let's see, if he doesn't have an Ensnaring Bridge, I just want to make sure I'm not making a mistake here because I think we might just win now. Unless there's something I don't understand. Oh, he may just name Nahiri. He may get a Pithing Needle. But he has to. He either names Colonnade or Nahiri. What I was gonna say is, okay, so he did name Nahiri, but he's about to take quite a bit. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think I could get a Glimmer. What's better? So if we put him to 14 to 11, then attack him down to 6, and then he's effectively at 3 with a Snap Bolt if we attack him with Torrential Gearhulk, and I think maybe I just want to attack with the Colonnade while I 100% can, because it doesn't look like he has a way to interact with that Colonnade. Yeah, I'm just going to Bolt him. Click the card to cast. I'm clicking the card. What am I doing wrong here? Okay, why can't I cast this card? I've cast this guy before and this wasn't this complicated. Can I press Y for yes? Okay, what's going on? Okay, hold on a second. Okay, so after like hunting and pecking around for a while, I don't know if it's because it was sideways, I kept looking at his battlefields. I was like, well, he doesn't have a Grafdigger's Cage, but he convoked it, so I just didn't see it. Okay, so that we can't cast anything from our graveyard. That kind of changes things in general. But I do think it's like if we, I think we should. Let's see. I'm just making sure he doesn't have a way to tutor for he doesn't have a way to tutor for the Ensnaring Bridge, so unless I'm mistaken, which I mean could be the case, he has a draw step here. I guess he gets a few looks at his library as well. Yeah, so Ancient Stirrings gives him a good chance to find the Ensnaring Bridge. But we have Azcanta to help us. So he did find the bridge. But we have Azcanta now to just look for the remaining points of burn. And that's going to be really difficult for him to interact. So I definitely think that I definitely think it was correct to search. I mean, sorry, to attack. I think it was correct the attack we did because we're a little bit closer to killing him. The fact that we had Dispel kind of protects us against this. So I could draw this Cryptic Command, but I think at this point we just want to start just activating this card. That's interesting because the Wear Tear, the Wear Tear allows us to blow up the bridge. Maybe we just take the Bolt. We don't have too many left in our graveyard, so let me think here, because if we... This actually allows us to blow up the Grafdigger's Cage. So we can blow up the Grafdigger's Cage, and then we can blow up the bridge. Does this exile all cards in libraries? Each player turns he owns exiled with Pixis, then puts all permanent cards among them on the battlefield. So did he exile an Ensnaring Bridge? Does it say? No, that's revealed cards. Okay, so his exile zone. Okay, so we don't actually know. We can't. So it doesn't face down, so we have no idea who's exiled what. So there's really no point to even consider that. I actually kind of think I want to take this. So let's see if I... Can we end the game quickly? We have a bolt in the yard. But if I... Yeah, I think I'm going to take this guy. If I snap... Gotta watch our time, but I think we can win this game. So if we snap, blow up the Codex Shredder, then snap... Maybe we have too many things to blow up. Snap, blow up the Codex Shredder, or the Grafdigger's Cage. Actually, I think I'm just dumb. I think we just take this, blow up the Ensnaring Bridge, and then we play a Snapcaster Mage and attack with Snap and Colonnade. Yeah. I think that's just got to be better. And there are kill him with Torrential Gearhulk. I'm just like overthinking things when the option's like really simple and right in front of me. Just blow up the Ensnaring Bridge and kill the dude. How about that? Blow up the Ensnaring Bridge and kill the guy. I'm a fan of that. And he has the Lantern. I'm just making sure like he can't interact with us in any meaningful way, and I don't think he can. Took me a little while there, guys, but I saw the obvious line. After I had to do all these complicated lines and then be like, oh, that's easy. Just blow that up. So, something I hadn't considered until this match, but man, Search for Azcanta if it flips is really good against Lantern because they cannot control what you do with it. You just like get to like look at 4 cards and be like, oh yeah, this wins the game, I'll take that. Okay, sorry. I feel like I've been perpetually sick in some way because, you know, my son goes to daycare. He does whatever toddlers do with other toddlers that they all get sick, and then he brings it home, and then I have persistent cough, congestion, and colds. So sorry about that. Don't forget, public Facebook page. Send me stuff that I can talk about on my Saturday stuff video. See you guys tomorrow for round 3. Bye.